Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ECC Division 2 playoffs. We've just seen an interesting series between Rocket Core Pluto and ILV Black in the lower finals, but we are now on to the grand finals. This is for auto promotion into Division 1 for next season. My name is Machtfish and I'll be joined by Victor. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great as all. Can't wait to cast the grand finals together with you, Marked Fish. RiZe eSports against Irrelevant eSports Black. Oh boy, did people go crazy. I went crazy. I was not expecting Irrelevant eSports Black to take down Rocket Core Pluto once again, unfortunately. Just choking playoffs. But nonetheless, let's go to the predictions. Marked Fish, who do you think will take it?
I mean, after what we've just seen from ILV Black, it was 3 games where, okay, yeah, they've shown they know how to play Rocket League, and there were 3 games where they completely and utterly shit the bed, where they didn't know what to do, they couldn't defend anymore, the rotation was absolutely awful, and that allowed Rocket Core Pluto, who were not playing too great themselves, to get back into that series. So it really depends on which version of ILV Black we're getting. I think this can be close. But if ILV Black play like they did for games 4, 5, and 6 last series, then RiZe eSports is just gonna slaughter them.
Well, I've seen how RiZe eSports played themselves on their bad days. Maybe. But of course, we would love to see a Game 7 in the grand finals. But if RiZe eSports are playing God tier, it's just gonna be a sweep for RiZe eSports. So I'm betting on them taking this grand finals. So without further ado, we're running a bit late. So let's get this grand final started.
Yes, let's indeed get the start as ILV Black versus RiZe. And one quick reminder that RiZe eSports goes into the series by coming from the upper bracket with a 1-0 lead already. There is not going to be any bracket reset. So this is the grand final. This is all what's going for. And it's Silent Panda vs Shadow in the air right off the kickoff.
Brilliant pressure by Irrelevant eSports Black, currently just keeping the ball in the blue hole. Shadow brilliantly tucks it away now. Broken gets a little clear, trying to find some time for his teammate Snicks. Now gets it into Cheesecake. Shadow putting it into the side. Silent Panda already waiting. Tries to put it into the middle for one of his teammates. He does. Rattles goes for a shot. Blocked by Broken. Shadow with a pinch. Sends it away. Now Cheesecake just taking his time on the ball. Gets it behind one. Can't seem to get it behind the other as he gets demoed in the process of trying to do so.
Yeah, it's good pressure here coming out from ILV Black. They're really showing the good side of themselves. And they're trying their best to keep RiZe at bay. But now Shadow maybe with some offense. Broken misses the ball in his McLaren. Great card choice, might I just add. Not a standard car. Always love to see that. Now Cheesecake, a lot of time. And 2 demos coming up from Silent Panda, opening up the field. And Cheesecake just has to beat 1 defender instead of 3.
Brilliant play. Silent Panda getting both defenders out of the way for Cheesecake to only have one who is on the backboard struggling himself. Cheesecake grabs the lead in this grand final.
Yeah, and it's a good and early goal for ILV Black. They need that to calm the nerves after their shaky series last time. And they're looking for a second one as Cheesecake gets another one. The production manager stepping up and trying to prevent the sweep and trying to give us more content.
Irrelevant eSports Black not dropping a single series, working their way up from the lower bracket. Of course, RiZe eSports currently leading by 1 in the series due to not doing a bracket reset. That would be too exhausting for both me and Marked Fish to cast over. Maybe 2 Game 7 overtimes. That would be just terrible.
I mean, the exhaustion isn't quite the problem. I think the schedule just doesn't allow it this time. Maybe we'll add that for next season. But right now, it is RiZe who are struggling to get onto offense as Rattles now has control. Broken deals with that one because Rattles, quite frankly, just scuffed his approach there. Shadow takes into the corner. Snakes gets it over 1. Now he's got a lot of space to work with. Goes in the air, but gets immediately bumped by Cheesecake. Silent Panda with a weak touch. Doesn't work out as there's carnage now in the midfield. Team bombs coming out of left, right, and center. as the rotation for RiZe eSports just isn't aggressive enough. They're sitting too far back and they can't build any pressure right now.
No pressure by RiZe eSports until now. They're going for their first attempt. Shadow tries to put it into Broken, but screws him up instead. No one back now. They're just rushing back without any boost. Silent Panda goes for a pass into Rattles. Rattles nearly putting one in. Cheesecake goes for his third one. Silent Panda now goes for a shot. Broken with the save. Snicks another save on the board. Broken tries to clear it now. Cheesecake popping it into the middle. Silent Panda high up on it, but Snicks will get there first. Shadow with a shot. Rattles with the save. Broken going for a pass, but no one is there to follow it up from the RiZe eSports side.
But now the attack is coming against Snicks with the layoff to Broken. It's nearly a shot on target. He just can't make contact with it. Pass, brilliant admirable from Snicks as he tries again. Ball in the air, lot of space, lot of time. Flip reset, going for the shot over two, but it's past the post. Not quite able to make that one go in. As now RiZe eSports finally adapting to how ILV Black play and finally going for some pressure at Shadow. So there's the flip, tries for the musty, but just not low enough. The mechanical aerial plays now coming out of RiZe eSports. They're slowly but surely regaining their confidence as ILV Black gear up for a counter-attack.
RiZe eSports so far doesn't look like they're playing very calmly, but as I speak about not playing calmly, Snicks will play very aggressively and grab their first shot on target.
Yeah, this was Broken again, who's just hunting for bumps and demos in net. He might not have connected on this one with Panda, but it was enough to just misplace him and leave the back post wide open for Snicks to bury that one. As we are now having a 1-goal game and ILV Black are immediately back on defense. As Snicks with a shot, and it's in! Equalizer, just like that. Kickoff from the kickoff.
The game is tied up. Snicks again grabbing his second goal. Ties the game up for RiZe eSports with more than 1 minute left on the clock. This first game in the grand finals is already very exciting.
It's already very exciting, but it is encapsulating ILV Black's strength and shortcomings. They have had a lot of pressure earlier, but now they're struggling again on defense against RiZe eSports, who are getting more and more confident now with the pass to Broken. He just forces it through. The McLaren is too strong, and RiZe eSports get the series, get this game turned around and now lead 3-2.
This has just convinced me. If you own a McLaren, doesn't matter in game or in real life, you might just get it past the two defenders in net in Rocket League. So I might go and buy myself a McLaren real quick after this series.
I mean, I cannot say anything against that. McLaren's are great cars, but if you have the necessary pocket money for it. But it is now on the pitch as we have to focus on Rattles. Going for 50 with Snicks. Shadow misses against Silent Panda. Can he beat Broken? No, he cannot. Broken gets it over 1, gets it over 2. Broken again with the 50. The 50s of this man are just too strong as Shadow with their shot. And it's buried, and RiZe eSports are truly taking hold of this series and this game.
Unfortunate touch there by Silent Panda, trying to get the clear across his own net. Pops it straight into the middle instead, and Shadow, being the Shadow he is, lurking in the background, comes out of nowhere and grabs that 4th goal for RiZe eSports.
Yes, they have been lurking, they have been downloading all the information they need on ILV Black in the first 2 minutes of the series, and now they're just punishing every single bit of miscommunication and misplay, this time from Rattles on the backboard, who just did something, but not hitting the ball or knowing how to defend in a Rocket League match.
Now kickoff once again. It is Snicks against Cheesecake. Cheesecake seems to get the hand over here, but Shadow tries to kill it away. Rattles now popping it up, goes for a double touch, gets blocked in the process by Broken. Cheesecake can't find a touch on the ball while trying to do so. Shadow getting demoed in the process. Snicks is forced to try to go for the clear. He gets the clear, gets the pinch behind Rattles. That will just roll in, and 6 goals for RiZe.
Absolutely demoralizing here for ILV Black as Snicks posted past the keeper. Just no way you can make contact with that one if the attacker is still that close to the ball and still the ground pinch up for grabs, and they will pay for it. ILV Black does. So now maybe try to get one for the road, but with 4 seconds to go, they won't create any more offensive chances, but maybe Broken now with the redirect against the backpoints, dropping down someone there. Yes, Snicks is there, but he doesn't quite have the read to put that one in, and we end the first game here with 6-2 for RiZe eSports with a commanding comeback here in game number 1.
Well, technically game number 2 in the series. 2-0 now for RiZe eSports. 2 more to go to, of course, get promoted to Division 1, and just outstanding performance by RiZe eSports. Who would have thought? First, of course, the first minute or so, it was very exciting to see that Irrelevant eSports Black, performing very well coming into this game, the series, with the momentum from last game. But of course, RiZe eSports, stronger than ever. They won't give up a fight. They came back, scoring 6 goals, which is very, outstanding, with 8 goals already. Well, 8 shots, sorry.
Yeah, but it's mostly down to ILV Black just not having any defense, like, at all. The defensive rotation, you can see it in the saves as well. It's only 4 saves from 9 shots, so it's really poor from ILV Black on defense. Pretty much every shot has just found its way into net, and that's because they're just panicking too much. They don't take their time on defense when they know they have time, and they're just beating the wall away and not respecting back post rotation, not respecting the positioning of their teammates. So that is the big improvement they have to do, as they're now 2-0 down in the series.
2-0 down. Irrelevant eSports Black nearly had it in the first game, or the second one. But nonetheless, we go to game number 3 in series standings. Broken with the early shot, already a bit too wide, but it gets pinched out. Nonetheless, Snicks grabs the ball, tries to pass it to the middle, but Silent Panda is quick on it and grabs the first goal for Irrelevant eSports Black.
Yeah, just rushing in a Silent Panda with the pre-flip as well, completely reading Snicks like a book, and there was no defender of RiZe eSports expecting that ball maybe pushed up a bit too aggressively, but Silent Panda will make ya pay for that one.
Silent Panda making you pay for that one indeed. Now Rattle's trying to go for his own little one. Shadow blocking out his teammate. Now Broken goes for the shot, goes for the equalizer. He does, gets it. Tie game.
I just saw defend up and was like, okay, yeah, he's got that. That's an easy ball to have. But nope, Rattles, what on earth are you doing that? It's not Division 2 worthy. This is not good defense from ILV Black at all, and the individual mistakes costing them dearly.
Now Cheesecake already high up on the ball, trying to clear it into the blue hole. Broken just gets in the way. Silent Panda gets in the way of him. Now Rattles will send it back into the blue corner. Van Boost gets the block on Broken, but the ball is slowly but surely going back into the orange half. That's a shot by Snicks. Saved and sent away by Cheesecake. Shadow trying to keep some pressure up for his teammates. Broken with a miss. Snicks now with the clear into the orange corner with a shot on target. Actually, never mind. It pops onto the crossbar and goes out. Game still tied up.
Game still tied up, but RiZe and on attack again, and this time Snicks won't miss the net. Snicksy buries it after the pass from Shadow there. Good recovery from Shadow as well from the city, and then immediately seeing that pass. Just great team play from RiZe eSports.
Great Costas Curse just coming to embarrass me once again. Nonetheless, 2-1 now for RiZe eSports. With over 3 minutes left on the clock, it is a doable shot. Only one goal has to, stick it in the blue corner, or the blue goal, sorry. But of course, Cheesecake, keeping the pressure up for Irrelevant Black. But Shadow sends it back. Silent Panda sends it back into the blue half again, going for a shot. Broken is up, passing it into Cheesecake. Cheesecake will tie the game.
Yeah, and you said it yourself. Broken just passing it to Cheesecake. That touch was what is commonly known as a yikes. And there was also no other defender back in time to help him out. So, again, the defensive positioning from both teams are just subpar. But it seems that RiZe eSports does make a few less mistakes on defense. So they get away with it, but their defense is not impeccable either.
I think I'll skip on buying the McLaren after this series, if I'm being honest. If McLaren makes that bad of a touch into the middle. Cheesecake passing it into the middle. Snakes helping him out as well. Rattles will grab the lead for Irrelevant Esports Black.
Yeah, and Cheesecake with a great dunk there on Shadow, I believe it was. And then Snakes just can't find the power on his Octane to clear it across. And then the follow-up just came from the attacker. And with that, we have another turnaround in this game. Number 3 with ILV Black taking the lead back.
Irrelevant Esports Black looking very good now on the field. Finally, defense is a bit shaky nonetheless, but the offense seems to be very good. But as I speak, now Broken with a drop down a bit too wide to find the net. Sticks can't find the touch on the ball either. Rattles without any boost tries to clear Broken with a claim to the orange half. Sorry, Cheesecake sending it back into the blue half. Silent Panda helping him out. Shadow now grabs the ball, tries to go for the 50. He gets the 50. That's going straight back to the middle, but Cheesecake is waiting. Again, Cheesecake just sends it away.
Cheesecake sending it away and bumping his teammate for good measure, though Silent Panda is able to react to that and adjust his car accordingly. Now Snakes high in the air. It's only as fast Rattles, who just gives away possession again to Broken. Gets it into the corner. It's not a good bounce here. He can get back on top of it, and there's no ILV defender. Where are the defenders? Shadow now with the double tap. Can he surge? Yes, he can. We're equalized. 2 minutes left on the clock.
Did they just take a trip to Narnia or something? That defense by Irrelevant Esports Black was nowhere to be seen. Possibly only in Narnia. Cheesecake, of course, at the end goes for an attempt to block the double touch, but Shadow will just equalize the game. After the kickoff now, it is Irrelevant Esports Black who has the pressure. Sticks sending it in front of Rattles, but Broken is the one who sends it into the orange half. Sticks trying his best to keep the ball away from his own net as Cheesecake puts it into the backboard. Shadow is already up for the shot. That's a shot by Silent Panda. Cheesecake following it up to the middle now. Broken sends it into Rattles, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's bouncing across now as there's a lot of commotion in the midfield. No team really having a lot of pressure here as Shadow now force it back into his own corner. It's not a good touch. Rattles is up with their shot, but Broken gets back just in time to get the save here as Broken gets another save and maybe can drag it out. No, it's only as fast. Cheesecake. Snakes is already up. Gets it to the side. Rattles, there's no one back home. There is no one back home, and Rattles will say thank you. Broken just abandoned the back post.
What happened there? That was such an easy shot to save as well. Broken at the end, going for an attempt as well, but he was a bit too far away. He left that back post like you said. You should not be doing that considering this is the grand finals of Division 2 ECC Season 8.
Yeah, the grand finals, and it's looking like offensively both teams know what they're doing, but defensively they are both very, very wonky as now Rattles with the shot, but just misses it just as I praised the offense for being actually somewhat decent. He goes and whiffs that easy sitter with Cheesecake again bumping and creating havoc in the net of RiZe eSports. But they are still in the lead, so it is not as monumental a mistake as it would have been otherwise. Cheesecake trying with the double tap, gets bumped away by Shadow, and Shadow just tries to get it out as well. Rattles now up, beats the defender. Can he get a second touch? Yes, he can. It's on target. Broken gets the save, and Silent Panda not able to get the dunk on target. It's really, really wonky now from both teams. RiZe eSports on the defense and ILV Black on the offense, just not making use of their chances, and this is still a one-goal game.
But we enter the last few seconds as I speak. Rattles finally puts the nail on the coffin. 1 second left to score 2 goals. Ain't happening, sir. Game 3 goes to Irrelevant Esports Black.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they need. They need to break that momentum from RiZe eSports here. But they haven't done so like in commanding fashion, or not even like by playing that well. It's more of a case of who makes less mistakes, as the Snakes nearly gets the pass down to Broken here. But yeah, it's more about who makes the least mistakes rather than who outperforms their opponent. Because right now, both defenses and both defensive rotations there look absolutely awful. It's only good that the offenses are somewhat capable. Otherwise, we would have a game that's not even on Div 3 standard.
Indeed. This game 3 has been a shocker indeed. Who would have thought that Irrelevant Esports Black would actually take a game off RiZe Esports? I mean, it would be a close game nonetheless with the momentum Irrelevant Esports Black is coming in with, but expecting like we would at least expect them to be having both good offense and defense, but sadly the defense wasn't there by both teams. Narnia for our ILV Black as well. Once this all three of the players, none of them was just that nut, but nonetheless, game 3 is over. Now we're moving to game number 4 in this series. 2-1 on the series scoreboard.
Yeah, and that is exactly, as I said, what ILV Black needed now. They have to make do with it. They have to get the next one. This game 4 is so crucial to deny the match point opportunity for RiZe Esports. This is really important as we now head into game 4. It's Cheesecake versus Snicks on the kickoff here. Shadow is taking control, gets it over Panda. Shadow again, still with the ball broken, tries to take over, but gets blocked by Cheesecake. That's a great demo coming out from both teams here. Shadow making amends for the demo coming out on his teammate in defense. That could have been really dangerous as he now transitions into offense. Snicks is up, tries to get the block, doesn't do so successfully, but the pressure is still on. Broken gets beaten, and now it's a race back for RiZe Esports. Snicks gets to it. It's only his fast Cheesecake who takes the shot. Shadow awkward, but he can make the save. 30 seconds left on the clock, and the first offense has been gone to ILV Black.
Both teams looking very good now. The offense by Irrelevant Esports Black is there, just piling up the pressure, but while the defense is also there by RiZe Esports, they're not going to let one goal go in because of a mistake anymore. They're very shaky still, but nonetheless, I believe they have recovered from the last game.
Yeah, it looks a bit better now. That's now Broken trying to create some offense for RiZe Esports. Rattles and Silent Panda, nearly miscommunication there. And now Silent Panda takes control, gets it past one. Shadow already up in the air though. It's only as fast Rattles taking control, trying to get it around Broken, can't do so. And now it's Snicks with a long clear up to Broken. Can he get the pass down to mid? Yes, he can. Snicks with the shot. Silent Panda is there for the save, and now Rattles with the transition play. Can't get the pass as accurate as Snicks just did it on the other side. But Shadow, a lot of space now, gets it over one. Is there a defender there? Yes, Rattles can go back, and ILV Black survive yet another attack here as the bump is coming out now from RiZe Esports.
The offense is there by RiZe Esports now as well. They're piling up the pressure on Irrelevant Esports Black, but so far it nearly looks like a miscommunication was going to happen by Irrelevant Esports Black, but that never happened. They stayed calm, they sent that ball away from their own net. That's a double commit. Shadow, will you be able to capitalize on it? He nearly does. Rattles nearly pitching it with Shadow into his own net, but thankfully it just goes a bit too wide.
Yeah, it's a bit too wide, but Shadow nearly showing this power of 50s there if you can control them. Rattles now with a long clear. Shadow lays it off for Broken, takes control, gets it over one. Can he get the shot on target? No, he cannot make contact with the ball there. Silent Panda now taking charge, really being an important member of his team, just trying to calm the rotation and calm his teammates' nerves. And that's exactly what ILV Black needs right now. So they're going into offense, going past here with Silent Panda. Not quite in the position to capitalize off it. The chance is not dead yet. Cheesecake with the shot. Snicks can't keep it out. And Snicks was coming from an awkward position as well. And therefore, ILV Black saw the opening goal in game number 4.
Finally, with more than 2 minutes gone off the clock, it is Irrelevant Esports Black who grabs that first goal. The leading goal now. One goal is what separates these two teams. It's going to be an interesting one. Will RiZe be able to capitalize and equalize the game?
I mean, they have done it before, but right now we see a lot better of ILV Black as Cheesecake going for a demo. Doesn't get the demo, but it doesn't matter. It cuts off the angle and leaves Silent Panda with a good opportunity to go for top ins. He does get the shot as well, and that's 2-0 now for ILV Black.
Where was the rest of the team? That clear should have already signaled, come back home, come on, the ball is near our net, we need to defend, instead of leaving it for a free, or well, in this case a 2 against 1. Snicks getting the clear, or well, save, getting bumped by his own teammate in the process as well. Like, RiZe is looking like they're a bit panicky this game.
Yeah, they seem to be a bit too aggressive there and not respecting the rotation as much as there's no one challenging. Silent Panda has a free shot, aims for the toppest of top bins there. Can't quite bury it there either. It's really unfortunate for him, but that was just RiZe eSports, just no one knowing when to challenge or how to challenge even. Their defense is completely fallen apart this game.
What is happening? Like, I can't tell what's like on the field anymore. Both teams, they're playing well decently, but RiZe eSports just on the back foot this game. That defense isn't there. I thought they would have recovered from what happened in the last game, at least, like, you know, talk to each other. Okay, we have to fix our defense, we have to like talk more. Come on boys, we got this. Broken as I speak, goes for a shot a bit too wide, and that is another problem.
Yeah, the accuracy on offense also not quite there, but I feel like ILV Black have been able to use that momentum from that last game a lot better than RiZe eSports did previously with their win. So they're just, it looks like they're just getting hyped up, and hype in this series is so important. It betters your mentality by so much, and it enables you to make comebacks happen and to make strong showings happen, as they now once again are in offense. But Shadow with a air dribble across the field, great control of him. Broken gets the ball, but it's only into the corner. Cheesecake can't quite deal with it. It's now Snicks tasked to get it middle, can't do it. Shadow a bit too close, will get harassed by Silent Panda, and will get demo by Silent Panda as well. Now a second demo coming up from Cheesecake. Rattles now with the flick opportunity, can get the flick. He gets it, but Shadow with a great pre-jump save to keep it out. But nonetheless, this is it for game number 4, and ILV Black tie up the series. We are now all tied 2-all in the series.
2-2 in this series, indeed. 2-0 on the scoreboard of this game, though. Unfortunate loss for RiZe eSports there. Boys, come on, wake up. You guys went undefeated in the winners bracket, and now it's the most important game, the grand finals. Come on, wake up. 2 more games until it is decided. Of course, well, 2 more wins, I mean, for each team. But it is going to be 3 more games in this series. It's going to be an exciting one. Will it be a game 7, hopefully? Well, it's going to be exciting, don't you think?
I mean, anything is possible here. Game 7 doesn't seem unlikely, but I don't know. We are now effectively a best of 3, so this game might be the most important game of the entire season for these players, as both teams just want to go into match point, and that gives you so much more confidence. And especially if you're ILV Black now and you're using that momentum already, you've got 2 wins now on the trot. That momentum is going to be huge for you to try and get the 3 wins in a row here. But RiZe eSports, it's not going to go down without a fight, as we see also a card change here from Snakes, not feeling the Octane anymore, going for the Dominus.
Oh, important. That Dominus might mean something, but Snakes now is the one who keeps the pressure up for RiZe eSports. Shadow clears it into Snakes, nearly dropping it into the orange net, but Silent Panda just takes it away. Now Silent Panda going for an attempt himself. Cheesecake going for a shot a bit too wide. Now Shadow is forced to make a clear, plays it into Cheesecake, which happily helps Shadow put it into the orange half. Snakes getting a brilliant block on one of the defenders. Rattles now passing it into Silent Panda. Silent Panda with a clear. Broken is there, goes for a clear himself, gets it. Now Cheesecake regaining the control over the ball, tries to go for a ceiling shot. He goes for it, gets it, a light touch. Snakes nearly sneaking one by. Rattles now getting blocked by Broken.
And Broken going for another demo there, but Silent Panda has control of the ball, so the bump attempt is not useful at all here. As now Broken gets the pass in mid, Rattles on the back but clears it, but it's only as far as Cheesecake who actually lets it past him. Shadow with the great pop high, forcing Silent Panda out of net. Now Cheesecake is a bit awkward on the front post. Is there a player in mid to receive the pass? Yes there is, but Broken can't make contact, and Rattles will take that ball away. Cheesecake now, unfortunate spawn. Shadow with the shot, and the shot is good, and that is really unfortunate for ILV Black with the spawn there of Cheesecake.
Spawn. Oh, unfortunate spawn there, of course. Psyonix had to do it, just putting Cheesecake at where the ball moves, putting a perfect pass for Shadow which later on now grabs the lead for RiZe eSports.
Yeah, and RiZe now trying to get for a second one. Shadow with the shot again, but Silent Panda is there to make the clear and is now on the other side. Snicks is there, but he has 0 boost to work with. A lot of space though because his teammates have been clearing out all the ILV black players. Double commit now from Silent Panda and Cheesecake. It's Shadow with the flick reset now. Musty flick into the top corner. Hello! This is a statement of intent from Shadow, and this is Div 1 worthy.
What is this? That was incredible! Brilliant shot by Shadow. Gets that, goes from the ceiling, and gets the Musty. Or was that even a ceiling shot? I can't even remember anymore. That was shocking. That must be a statement by RiZe eSports. We're still alive, we're still warm. But as they speak, both players can't seem to make contact with the ball.
Yeah, absolute madness coming out of Shadow, and that's exactly what his team needs right now. Broken is up, he gets 50 by Rattles. It's now Panda that moves in. Shadow a bit awkward on the front post. It's only as fast Cheesecake again, just pouncing on that corner. Snicks is up, does make contact with the ball. It's only as fast Rattles, so pressure now mounting and mounting from ILV Black. Rattles, does he get beaten by Shadow? Yes, he does, but Silent Panda already in the air, gets it against the backboard. Snicks gets dunked into Cheesecake. Cheesecake has control. Can he get the flick? Not quite. And now Shadow, finally, RiZe eSports is able to relieve some of that pressure.
No, that pressure is relieved. It nearly transitions into a shot on target actually. Now Shadow getting that pop-up, gets demoed in the process. Rattles getting a pass down to Cheesecake. Cheesecake just skying it a bit. Silent Panda gets that pass into the middle, but Shadow is there to interfere. Now Broken grabs the ball dangerously in front of his own net, gets it to flick. Silent Panda is there. That's an open net. Sticks can't make it in time. No boost in the tank, and Silent Panda puts one in for Irrelevant eSports Black.
And what's the defense? And again, Shadow that just abandons post right in net. He was still in net, and the ball was nowhere near cleared. So that was just either too much trust in his teammates' ability to clear with 0 boost, or being a fool for trusting him anyway. And the guys get punished by ILV Black, who are now only 1 goal behind with 1 minute 30 left on the clock.
This is still anyone's game, but as I speak, Cheesecake will go for the shot. Nearly gets the equalizer. Brilliant save by one of them. Can't tell who made the save, as all 3 of the players just went for it. As Snicks can't make contact on the ball fake. So Cheesecake in the process. Shadow popping it into Snicks, but can't find contact once again. Shadow tries to get that sneaky double touch. Now Rattles, Vine boost, takes out one, takes it under one. Sticks getting demoed. That's an open net for Silent Panda. Will he equalize? He does. The game is tied up.
The game is tied up, and it's all down to Cheesecake's demo on Snicks there. That was just complete and utter aggression to clear up that path for Silent Panda with the shot. And now we have 50 seconds and we are equalized. Anything can happen. The defense is not showing to be that strong. So this might not head into overtime. We might see still a finish in regulation.
Indeed. Now as we speak, Shadow already trying to keep the pressure up for RiZe eSports. Broken, sending it back into Shadow. Shadow getting a pop. Rattles gets the clear. Silent Panda popping it into the middle dangerously there. Snicks trying to go for the shot, gets blocked in the process. Broken tries to sneak one by Silent Panda. 30 seconds left on the clock. Sticks double commit with Shadow. That's a pass into the middle. Cheesecake might have put the nail on the coffin.
And that's a horrible double commit. That was not your ball to go, Snake. That was Shadow's every day of the week. And their miscommunication just costing them dearly, as they're now 2-3 down with 23 seconds only left. And the kickoff is also not going in their favor.
It's going to be interesting to see how they will come back from that, but that might go in actually a bit too wide. Cheesecake popping it back into Shadow now. Last 10 seconds. Ball is still alive. Silent Panda trying to drop it. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Shadow keeping it alive. It is in the orange half. Rattles trying to go for the kill. Shadow popping it up. Silent Panda gets the demo. Broken goes for a double touch. Will he get it? He doesn't. Sticks keeps it alive. Now Shadow popping it into the corner. Silent Panda goes for the kill. Sticks with a shot. It will go in. The game is tied. We're going to overtime.
No fucking way did that not touch the ground. Snicks just somehow gets that shot and it hits the post and just barely by the thinnest of margins doesn't touch the ground as we go into overtime here in game number 5 it is. As now with that must be brutal for ILV Black. The game was pretty much finished already, but they couldn't see it out as they now are eager to seek revenge in overtime and get the first offense of that overtime.
If this goes like the script, as I was about to say, that is so close! No way did that not go in. I was about to say this looks like NRG against Genius has just less skill, but that's an open net. Please don't go in. Cheesecake gets the save. Holy, this overtime is already intense.
Already intense, and it's about to get even more intense with every passing seconds. It's Rattles trying to keep the ball in the corner. Silent Panda gets a great 50. That ball dropping dangerously broken is up. Shadow getting demo. That's huge demo, but Rattles that can't make contact. It's Cheesecake on the ceiling. Tries to make contact, doesn't do so, but fakes one out defender in the process. Silent Panda keeps the ball in the blue half. Rattles at the pass, and the shot is there from Cheesecake. Tap ins. Game 5 won by ILV Black. They move on to series point.
Holy, this is intense! Not only did that 0-second goal keep RiZe eSports hopes alive, but they lose it in overtime. That's gotta hurt. 2 games is what RiZe needs to do in order to win this grand finals, while Irrelevant eSports Black only needs to take 1 more game. And they will say goodnight to RiZe eSports.
Yeah, and then now Irrelevant eSports Black, they must be feeling so confident. That 0 seconds goal, I thought that was it, GG's. When you normally concede that, you don't come back from it, but they've shown the mental strength, they've shown the mental fortitude to say, no, we are not letting this game slip, we are taking this game, and we are moving up to series point here. And you have to give credit where credit is due. Great mentality from the lads, but now RiZe eSports with a mountain to climb against an ILV Black side that's still not playing fantastic, but it is playing good enough right now, and just to set the important attacks, to bury the ball in the goal with the important shots here, and that is why they are on series point.
Now we move over to game number 6, match point for Irrelevant eSports Black. Beautiful Neo Tokyo. Who will it be? Will it be RiZe eSports staying alive in this division, or in this grand finals even? Or will it be Irrelevant eSports Black walking home happy?
Yeah, and ILV Black already on the attack here. Cheesecake doesn't make contact, but it doesn't need to anyway, because the shot from Silent Panda from long range was good enough. Shadow there with the tee up, and Cheesecake getting the bump on Broken as well to completely clear him out. Great bumping play from Cheesecake, and that is an early goal for ILV Black, and the mountain for RiZe eSports has just gotten taller.
History is being made here in this grand finals. A beautiful Cinderella story is happening as I speak. Rattles will punch in the second goal for Irrelevant eSports Black.
Second quick goal here for ILV Black, and Rattles switching it as well from the Dominus to the Fennec. Immediately pay off as he gets the power and the accuracy here on that shot. With 20 seconds played, ILV Black already scoring 2 goals, but this isn't over yet. If Div 2 playoffs have shown us anything, is that Game 7 is pretty much an inevitability here. So I'm expecting RiZe eSports to come back here.
We better hope and see what they are going to do. As we speak, Rattles already unfortunately gets a light clear as Silent Panda puts it into Broken. Cheesecake already waiting under him. Shadow can't find the block. Rattles another shot on target. That's the third goal for Irrelevant eSports Black.
Rattles another shot, another goal. 2 for 2 now. Good read from the backboard and good accuracy there as well. No chance for the RiZe eSports defender, and this is looking truly desperate now for them. They have to score goals, and they have to score them fast.
They are looking pretty shaky both on offense and defense. They're pretty pretty angry about what happened last game, if I don't say so myself. But Cheesecake can't find the same as Shadow. Will sneak one in for RiZe eSports and make Misha top.
Yeah, and Broken there with the great pass, and Cheesecake just can't keep it out. Maybe a little nudge there from Broken as well as it came through, rotating out. But this is pretty much encapsulating the series as a whole. Great offense, little to no defense.
Great one. Now Shadow can't find a touch on the ball. Sticks is forced to try to put it into the middle. Cheesecake is quicker than him. Tries to pop it on the Broken. Broken's just waiting patiently on the ball. Sticks going for another shot. Broken is in the middle, but gets blocked by Silent Panda. Now Shadow, that's dangerous. Wrong net there, buddy. That nearly goes in. Rattles can't find the shot on target. Cheesecake going for another pass into the middle. No one instead to follow it up. Broken, behind the boost, goes for a bump now. Sticks a bit high, mate, as Rattles now gets the clear.
Yeah, and it's now Shadow who pops it high for Broken. Broken beats out Silent Panda, gets a big clear as well. Snicks moves in, can't beat Cheesecake to it, but Snicks again now with the passing play back to Shadow. Not quite able to get the accuracy on that pass, but the idea was there, and I like that RiZe eSports is still looking out for one another as Shadow can't get it, Snicks can't keep it out, and I think he actually redirected it into the goal himself.
Let's have a look if that was the case. Was it? It was. Shadow, that was a crossbar hit. You didn't need to panic for it, but I understand the pressure, mate. 3-goal deficit now. That's a fake by Sticks. Fake kickoff by RiZe. Something new for everyone to see, and it will work out. Broken cracks that shot.
Yeah, and you rarely see the fake kickoffs working because you can most of the time just see them coming and just pre-jump the pass, but ILV Black not ready for it this time. It is not the first time that RiZe did the fake kickoff as well, so it couldn't have been that much of a surprise that they would maybe try for it, but nonetheless, it has worked. And now RiZe eSports only again with a 2-goal disadvantage here in game number 6.
A little double commit on the backboard there of the RiZe eSports defense, but Shadow will go for a pass into the middle. Sticks is there, can't find contact. Broken is a bit too close, but nonetheless he tries to keep the ball in the orange half. Shadow going for a double touch attempt on his own. Rattles sneaks it behind him as Sticks hit the ball in the orange half. Silent Panda tries to clear it. Cheesecake gets it. Broken double committing with Shadow. Shadow popping it now for Silent Panda, and he would find the back of the net.
Oh, no, RiZe eSports, not like that. Broken just completely panicking and completely losing his cool there. It was Shadow's ball every day of the week, and RiZe is throwing in defense right now. They're just making the task even harder on themselves as they now try to mount another attack here. Snicks to Broken, tries to go for the pass for Shadow, can't quite make it happen as now Rattles transitions out of defense. Misses the demo here on Shadow, who gets the pop-up high to Cheesecake and Rattles back into the middle. The shot's on target. Broken is just turning away, and Silent Panda says, thank you very much, I'll just hand that one in. And ILV Black looking like they are auto-promoting into Div 1.
Broken looking very broken as well. Doesn't know where he is on the field. Is he back post? Is he front post? He doesn't know what to do. 4-goal deficit now. That might be the end for RiZe eSports in this grand final.
It might be the end. It is looking not impossible, but slightly improbable that RiZe eSports can come back. But they've shown that they can put a lot of goals behind ILV Black in game number 2, so they can do it again here as Snicks puts it forward, gets a pass to Shadow, and 50 from Shadow is good. There's one. They need that 3 more times.
What a play by Snicks, getting it behind Silent Panda, and then Shadow getting the 50 on Cheesecake, just rolling that shot into the back of the net. 3-goal deficit now with 1 minute and 24 seconds left on the clock. Will they stay alive?
They're trying their hardest, but they need, as I said, more attacks now. Snicks is up, gets beaten by Panda, Broken too far up the field. Third man Broken. What on earth are you doing, especially now?
This is not what you have to do, Broken. You were lost, man. You have to stay patient, brother. Especially this is the grand finals. You're not like there's no room for mistakes anymore. Especially, this is one game away for your opponent to grab it all.
Yeah, and those mistakes are just too plentiful here in the end. As again, 4 goals now with 1 minute to score for RiZe eSports. They're looking desperate as Cheesecake trying to put up another one to finally and completely kill this game. Number 6 is Silent Panda, fakes out Snicks. Again, all 3 RiZe eSports players within 2 meters of one another. That's not good positioning. Shadow here with the pre-jump on the shot. Gets it to Snicks, but players just too slow. They've lost the motivation apparently. They've lost the will to fight. But ILV Black have not lost the will to score more goals.
This is so unfortunate. RiZe eSports looking so promising coming into this game. But as I speak, Shadow will get a Constellation goal. Brilliant play by him, going all the way to the ceiling, getting that double touch off that backboard. Cheesecake not expecting it.
Yeah, Shadow here just with the highlight plays. First with this great double tap earlier, now with the ceiling shot. He had a flip reset in there as well. So mechanical display definitely there. As now Silent Panda with the read. Shadow can't get back in time, and RLV Black say, okay, you do your fancy solo plays, we'll do fancy team plays. Cheesecake to Silent Panda, and that is all she wrote.
What a story. 17 seconds left with 4 goals that has to be scored in order for overtime. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Ladies and gentlemen, what a playoff series this has been. That's a shot by Snicks. No one from the Irrelevant eSports Black side is there to defend it, but it doesn't matter. 7 seconds left on the clock. It looks like they have been crowned the victor.
Yeah, exactly. And both teams just a bit memeing now with the last 10 seconds of this game, as both teams know this is pretty much unwinnable for RiZe eSports. And ILV Black coming from losers bracket round number 1, starting in the losers bracket, just making the run happen. 2 sweeps, a best of 7 in there as well. Great job from ILV Black, who auto promote into Div 1 for next season.
Ladies and gentlemen, just like Markfish said, Irrelevant eSports Black are your Division 2 champions. Congratulations, Silent Panda, Cheesecake, and Rattles. Of course, there's up, but I have no clue who it is, so nonetheless, congratulations to Irrelevant eSports Black for winning this Division 2, and you will be auto-promoting to Division 1 for next season. What a series that has been, Marked Fish.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic series, really. And RV Black also coming back from that automatic, like, one game deficit that they have with them coming from the losers bracket here. But for RiZe eSports, it's just heartbreaking to see that they were so close. They had such a good season, and they nearly made it happen. And now they have to play Godalions Celeritas in the next week in the promotion and the relegation tournament. So they can make it happen. They've shown that they have the skill, but Godalions Celeritas, of course, the Div 1 team is likely to be the favorite there.
They will be likely the favorites as Godalions. Of course, they are our sponsor. Thank you, Godalions, again for sponsoring this season of ECC. But of course, speaking about Godalions Celeritas, they were the victors last season on Division 2 as well, correct? If I'm not wrong.
You are correct. The past Division 2 champions, Godalions Celeritas, now versus a very, very strong RiZe eSports side. That's going to be very, very interesting. I hope we get it on stream. But also for the third place team, that was Rocket Corps Pluto. They also still have the chance to promote into Division 1 via the promotion relegation match versus the loser of Parmado versus the Nameless Paradox. So we'll try to cover all of this on the stream here. But for now, this has been Division 2. Division 2 now, finally done and dusted. ILV Black are your champions. Victor, what do you think of this entire season of Div 2?
Entire season of Div 2 was an interesting one. We got to see old faces and new faces, especially RiZe eSports. No one have ever heard about them until this season, and they have showed what they are capable of doing. Unfortunate to end up losing to Irrelevant Esports Black in this season, but I mean, the veteran keeps getting better, I guess, but the rookie, of course, does amaze everyone.
Yeah, RiZe Esports, great showing for your first season in the ECC. Of course, they are a bit better known in the German-speaking community and are playing in tournaments there as well. But for the first showing in ECC, great showing. And as I said, they still have the chance to promote. But that has been it for Division 2. We will now have a very short break as we move into Division 1 playoffs, into the losers bracket with Zero Mercy versus Ascension Kyrios. It's going to be Victor being joined by Herbie for that lower bracket match. Best of 7, Division 1. Last time it has been only a 7-game series, and quite frankly, I hope it stays that way. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.